It's 5 questions, so that's all it is. Nick, a good win over Bishop Stortford, but now Richmond arrive on the back of a victory over Plymouth Albion, a side who you lost to recently. So it's not one way you can look at the table and say it's a foregone conclusion.
Well, I don't think any game in this league is, and learned that from joining nearly this time last year, how competitive it is. And as you say, Richmond on the back of a pretty convincing win over Plymouth, actually, who got their fourth try. When you look at the table, it always belies actually what's going to happen on the day, because it's a highly competitive league, and you've got to be on your game. Guys were brilliant, I thought, last week against Stortford, responding to Plymouth, and at the moment we've got a bit of a target on our back, given our sort of lofty league position to previous seasons. And it's something, the guys are happy with being challenged from that point of view. And I think Stortford last week, just to cover that, defended as well as they've defended all year. By all accounts, this is what their coaching staff and committee have said, that it's the best they've played all year. And, for a side, we were 12-7 up, managed to get the bonus point in the last 5 minutes. And I think it says a lot for the sort of composure and about the guys not getting frustrated and not getting over the line, that we've come a long way from that point of view. And then on to this week, look, Richmond have got a lot of class. They've got a huge squad depth. A lot of guys that played Premiership, a lot of guys that played Championship. They're obviously used to the Championship, haven't been there for a number of years before the start of this season. And it looks like they're sort of finding their feet in National One, if you like. And that was a pretty convincing win over Plymouth. And one again, that the lads, it's not an eye-opener for them as such, but it's one that the lads will really look forward to, because they know it's a proper serious challenge.
What sort of game do you expect Richmond to bring to the party? Are they adaptable? They play all types of games, or do you have them looked at and you think, no, they're going to play in passing rugby, or they're good?
They play a good brand. They play an attacking brand of rugby. They like high tempo, good back three. They like the counter attack. Some strong backs as well. They're getting over the gain line. A very good functioning forward pack that like to provide quick ball across the park, and very much the Richmond way. I never played for Richmond, but I knew a lot of people that did, and being at Harlequins and not too far from that for much of my sort of youth and professional career, understood what their ethos was. And I think, despite getting relegated last year, knowing the people behind that club, they will stick firm and hard to this is the Richmond way.
You are in second. You are just behind Rams, who are going to visit here early in December. It is an impact game, and we've not even made Christmas yet. How is the squad in terms of bumps, lumps and bruises?
Pretty good. We've been pretty good this season. We had a couple of long-term injuries from 2 pre-season games, but since then, look, there's been the odd knock here and there, but part of the recruitment over the summer was building squad depth. We suffered last season around the February time when I think we had 8 back 5 out, and we get to that stage again this year. It might hopefully not be similar, but that's usually the time when you start to feel them. But at the moment, in the current situation, it's a reasonable bill of health. Izzy Wharton, to put a name on it, is out. Just giving him another week with a dead leg, but again, it's something that's only a 2-week period. In the back line, we're pretty good. We get Joe Browning, the winger, back next week. We got Keston Lyons back last week. He wasn't selected, but he's back. Loose-head prop, who got injured at the end of September. And I think it's testament to the medical team at how efficient and fast-working they've been to get a lot of guys back who have been diagnosed with a sort of 2-3 month injury, but actually been back in half the time. And that's happened quite regularly, and it's testament, one, to the player and how professional they've been with their rehab and recovery, but also to the excellent medical staff we got here.
Statistically speaking, which is most sports, there's a table, there's a goals scored or a goals against. When we talk about points scored and points against, Chinnors are the best defence and the best attack so far in National League One. What can people that haven't visited Chinnors expect when they come over here for the first time?
Well, what I hope they expect is people fully committed to the club and to each other and to the shirts, and that is reflective in your defence, and that is what our DNA is about. That's when I came in here. You don't lie down from anyone, you don't give anything for free. You go to the bitter end, and you've got to do that and be hard to beat to begin with. And then since that, certainly with some recruitment and also the evolution of our attacking game and ball in hand game, we've added that layer to it as well at the moment. And we're scoring some nice tries, but we're also building some nice pressure when the tries don't come, and it's given us the opportunities as well. We know this league is tough. We know there's a lot of tries scored in this league. We know the refereeing's very pro-attack, so it becomes even harder to stop sides. But it also means you've got to make sure that you keep the scoreboard ticking over.